Hey everyone, how's everybody doing this fine morning? And what a great morning it is. Trying to set everything up. A little busy this morning, getting a lot of things done. The man has a family, give him time. I'm here. I was a little busy this morning. So we're hoping for some good news today. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Marcelo. Good morning, Mike. Recovering from yesterday's savage SNLB. Okay, yeah. There was a lot of big beatings yesterday, especially in the cannabis sector, right? The watch I'm wearing today is just a Fossil smartwatch. I think Gen 4 or something. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Mark. Carolyn. Missy. Or Misty. Good morning, everybody. Great to see everybody. Make sure you hit that like button when you do come in here. It's Friday, we lit. Yeah. I mean, I had lost track of really what day it is. It just, I don't know. All the days just seem to blend. Every day blends together. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. What's everybody hoping for today? Some positive news, I guess. Greetings from Austria. Wow. Hello. Good afternoon for me. Irish time zone. Wow, that's crazy. Um, Smash the like button. Yes. Tilray today. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So I did want to make it seem like it was going to be the main topic of discussion, but I feel like a lot of people are talking about this, about what happened with really the cannabis sector. So I wanted to dive into that. I do have a video coming out on the cannabis sector and how they got, I guess, smashed, kind of like the like button. Yes, we do need some positive moves today. I would agree. Can I go over BB today? I can definitely go over BB and talk about them a little bit. Diamond balls. All right. Well, it's 5:30 a.m. and it's snowing. It's not snowing over here. It snowed a little bit ago, a couple days ago. Hoping we get some good news today with AMC and GME. That would be amazing. Got a heavy hitter heavy hit yesterday. Yeah. Good afternoon. It's good morning for me. I want to hear a joke. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me a joke. Smooth that like button mention. You got to do it. Jimmy shorts are halted. Whatever it means. APHA punched me in the gut yesterday. Yeah, I know. It was the whole sector. What I was looking at, I mean, it was just ridiculous. So I have a video, I think that's uploading now, or that's uploaded now. So if you want to check that out, definitely go and check that out. We have 100 basically 200 people in here. If you could hit that like button, definitely do so. PLTR. I'm sorry if I didn't get to it. I'll definitely go over some stuff. It'll be in my recently viewed things. Yes, everybody please hit that like button. Why did Duck cross the road? Because he was no chicken. Pretty good. Good joke. What does Jeff Bezos do for a laugh? I don't know. What does he do? Yeah, when you super chat, it's impossible to respond to everyone. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it's sometimes you just miss some, especially the ones that come through as like $2. If they come through as $2, it only shows up on the chat. It doesn't show up on the top. Usually, I'll click a lot like the top of it, and it'll give me, you know, what you're saying up there. It makes it easier to navigate through, especially when the chat is moving a little faster. You know, so we have 250 people in here. Would love 100 likes. That would be amazing. Why couldn't the pony sing? I don't know. Why couldn't the pony sing? You take a look at. I can take a look at a lot of things. I just want to, you know, take some time and talk to the people in the chat, see where everybody's head is. It looks like everybody wants. A lot of people want opinions on different stocks, and these are just opinions. It's not something saying, hey, you know, you get in at this point. What does Jeff Bezos do for a laugh? He opens up Reddit and learns that GameStop is going to take Amazon. I guess that's sort of funny. That's not the type of dad joke I look for, but that's a decent one. More modern. Back report out for GME. Please show the viewers. Share information. The short ratio tells me that it's NA. Yeah, I'm not going with that. Okay, dude, skyrocket today. I'm not 100% sure. It's very tough to predict, but what's going on with Tilray today? I just wanted to talk about the sector, and I feel like having something that has a recognizable logo is putting that on the can't even think of words today. The thumbnail was a good idea. What's the concert cost? Oh, come on, I lost it. What concert costs just 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. Can't believe I've never heard that one. That had to be like well known there. That's funny. That's good though. I like that. What's that math? You hold a Tilray long term. Um, moving every time I. What do you think about Sens? I did review Sens in the past. I can't remember what I thought about it. I think I don't know if I saved it on my popular list. No, I didn't. Soon I'll be removing some things from here. Oh, good morning, everyone. We have 430 people in here. Keep hitting that like button, everybody. We're hoping we can get some things to the moon. What do you think about SPCE? Do you think it will recover today? I got in yesterday at $59 and now it's at 55 pre-market. That's not good. Was that basically the high of the day? I mean, I haven't checked into that, but I can continue to check into it. Just keep asking. Let's quickly just look at this real quick. Somebody asked about this, said they put in a super chat before. This has really good positivity over the long term. I mean, you can look at it back from November, and you could see that it has consistent growth. It does level out as it get toward the middle of this time frame, but then has a little bit of a spike up. Do I believe that spike up was justified? I'm not 100% sure because it looks like it's pulling back pretty hard, right? Which you do have a little bit of an increase, which may be just driven by volume, but I believe that it will stay on this this upward trajectory, especially with it going over this long period of time. If it was something that was a short period of time with a large gain, you would always see that sharp fall right back. But it does have its peaks and valleys, which makes me think that it may be good for like a decent day trading strategy, but you have to really look into it. So if you look into recently, it's really falling kind of off the map here. Every day that it opens, it opened up at a high and ends up falling off, which it ends up recovering a little bit. If it does recover, then what's going to happen is, I want to make sure that and I don't think I have a meeting. I don't think so. Let me check some things. All right, I do have something at 10:30, which is good because I always get off here at 10 anyways. All right, so yeah, you see this fall, and then it does level out, but then towards if you look in the after hours market, it does increase a little bit, which probably is driven by people that are interested in this upward momentum that it normally has. But it continued to fall down, which is just a mass sell-off. I would say once it does hit its like low where you can basically hit a consolidation point, I would say that you can get back in. But right now it is pretty low compared to where the high was. So just find your entry point. It's very tough to say what it will actually do in the beginning of the day. We have to see what the sell orders are actually doing, what the buy orders are coming in as. But you see more sell orders than buy orders for the time being. So it looks like it's going to continue to sell off. So hold off if you're looking to invest. We have 560 people in here. Get it above 200 likes. That would be amazing. Let's see. Sends. That looks like it's pretty much level for the last couple of days. If I was looking at just a 5-day view, you can see that it does have an increase. If I wanted to predict what did happen before this, you would see that it did have a slow increase, not anything that's too rapid. You do see these rapid jumps from basically the $3.70 mark all the way up to basically $4.20. So the rapid jumps, you can tell when you do have something increase so much, it does come down very fast, very sharply, and you can see that multiple times here where it hit basically a double top to where it's resisting at that $4 mark. Now I feel like that's going to be a point to where it resists a bunch of times. It doesn't seem like it ever recovers back from these $4.20 marks, but you can tell once it does pull down, it really pulls back. So but the thing is over these last couple of days, even though it is sort of downhill, you do see a decrease throughout the last couple of days from basically here to here, right? If I wanted to draw a line from this point to this point, it's this point to this point, you're basically going to see that line go down, but it is sort of level, right? It's not something that's a crazy decrease. It is sort of level. So what you can expect, I think it's going to continue to resist around here, and that's going to be the highest point is where it's going to resist at that 420 mark. So no matter how high it gets, you are going to see that pull back from that mark a bunch of times, unless you see a lot of buy orders come in, which you do see some people that are interested in buying as of the moment, but there are people that are willing to sell at $9.99, which does not make sense. Why do you even have a bunch of orders up that high? But yeah, I think looking at the closer view, you can see that it's kind of tapering off. You want to pick your spot to where you can invest here, because it looks like it's hitting its not peak point, but it's leveling out point. So you really need to look into that a little bit. But if we look at 3 months, you can see that it had a little bit of slow growth right from the beginning. You had that fast growth to where it leveled out for a little bit, and then obviously with the very, very quick growth here, it's not something that I really like to see, the fast growth, because you can see how it falls back down to earth basically, and then starts to level out, starts to increase slightly. And this is the type of growth that I like to see. A little bit of volatility, but slow upward movement throughout the days coming. And then obviously the last couple of days have been more of a bowed outlook to it. So I think we can continue to see this rise. But like I say with a lot of things, I mean, you have to look exactly what it's doing in the open, because every day is different. It depends what the buy volume is, what the sell volume is, but it looks like you could have some positivity here in Sens. We have 700 viewers. Please hit that like button. Did I get a super chat? There's $5 there. I was gonna say, okay. ARTL. All right. Clean my dehumidifier. Right. There's a lot of quick growth here. A lot of quick growth. Where did we end? Oh, wow. All right. So if I'm looking at this from, let's say, that 10,000 foot view, these are the ones that kind of scare me a little bit, but then also I have a lot of interest, because the quick growth, you can see that there's going to be a fall, right? So ARTL in the pre-market grew 72%, right? That's huge, 72%. And whenever you see those things, look at these sell orders coming in at $3. People want to sell at $3. People want to sell at $3.05, 4 cents. They want to sell at $2.95. So there's more sell orders coming in than buy orders at these high points. And this is where it ends up being a little bit scary, because the people that buy in at this point with a high volume, they end up losing a lot of money. So would I think that's going to continue to go up? No. I can tell you from where it's at now, I would say there's going to be a large sell-off. You can see the orders that are coming in at a larger rate than the sell orders. You have, basically tens of thousands of orders that are coming in. And when the market actually opens, you're going to see a lot more than that. So yeah, this looks pretty decent. I mean, it's great to see that you see a 71% increase. But at this point, if you wanted to get in, this is just chasing the stock at this point. And like I said, it's interesting, but there's a lot of sell orders. And I don't really like to see that. But the thing about this is that you have a number of run-ups, right? So if you're interested in this position, what you would do is you would make a lot of money just based on these run-ups. When it does come back down to earth, eventually it's going to have that run-up again. And you buy something that's comfortable, that you don't mind losing, and then if you do gain a lot with these run-ups that it does have, then you're fine. You're gaining triple your money back or whatever. So I think this is definitely a move that you can make. But if you're talking about long term, definitely not happening right now. I would not make any moves. And if it does continue to increase, it continues to increase based on the people that are buying. But you can see that the sell orders are telling me that this is going to come back to earth. So that would be my opinion there. We have 800, basically 900 people in here. You could hit the like button. GME, GME, GME. Hold. I'm starting to struggle with GME. I mean, I'm starting to struggle with how much because look, this is what I look for in a stock that's over like $50 or $100. I expect them to move, $5, $10, $15 in a day, right? That's like basically over $100. Any stock that is high priced, you see the movement, and you can gain a lot of money from there. But recently, you've really been seeing just the movement downhill for like $2, and then it levels off. And it hasn't been like a standard like increase. The last couple of days have looked a little bit normal with GME and AMC, sort of. Seeing a little bit of volatility, but if you look at it at a high level, it's literally flat. The same thing with AMC, literally flat, and it's like just rolling downhill. And I want to see some positivity here because obviously we're seeing it go up to 571. That sense of a move. You have 1% growth. Like, that's not what I want to see. I want to see like pretty decent growth. The fact that we're not seeing the volume, yes, you have buying power higher than selling power, but we're not seeing the same volume that we did. Are we going to see a price increase like we did? I don't know. Until people really start to get people start to get into this again and get interested in it, then you can make your moves. So I'm hungry. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Could you check out CTRM or NAK? Give me an opinion / entry, please. I don't want to sit here and give you an entry point. Now, this has gone uphill quite a bit. You can see that the sell orders are actually equal to the buy orders at this moment. It started at this 30 cent mark, and now it's up to $1.95. This is where it's a little bit tough to handle. With this growth that's over this time period, you haven't seen any pullbacks like you've seen here. So I definitely expect some sort of a pullback here, but I'm not seeing the sell orders come through. You see 71,000 sell orders and 84,000 sell orders here. It is continuously being overbought. I would definitely wait until you get to maybe, I don't know, 50 on the RSI, 50 something on the RSI. Just wait until that does pull back a little bit, because it is separating quite a bit, and eventually you're going to see people pull back. I would imagine when it gets close to $2, you would see a lot of people want to sell off in that case. But I would say, let's see, we have $1.40, so it's definitely going to resist at this point. Or you have a support level here. You have a support level at $1.40. Now that's where a large chunk is coming from. You also have something at $1.28. So somewhere around that point. You also have supports at $1.28. So it's going to fight back quite a bit. You have 57,000 orders. You have 84,000 orders here. But then you also have a lot of sell orders at that $1.70 mark, $1.71. So it's going to continuously pull back at the $1.71 mark. Yeah, somewhere around there. So, I mean, either here or here, I mean, that's a decent entry point if it does pull back to that point. You may end up pulling back a little bit more depending on what the sells are when the market actually opens. But yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad entry point. But again, definitely pick and choose when you want to get in, because it's very tough to say what's going to happen when you don't see the market actually open at this time. When the market's not moving at full volume, you can't really see exactly what the order books are telling you. But right now, it's pretty close to even. It looks like more on the buyers than the sellers. But if it does pull back to that mark where you have those sell orders coming in, then or where you have those buy orders coming in, then you'll be able to push back up from there. So hopefully that does help. I should have ate something. NAK does look like it's pulling back quite a bit. You do have a lot of sell orders coming in at $1.25, so up higher. So it's definitely going to pull back. I don't know if it's going to increase further than that. It may do it throughout the day, but it's definitely going to have some sort of a pullback. You can see all yesterday it really had a pullback until it leveled out. And then during the after hours and pre-market, you could see that it was pulling back. Right now it's down 8 or point, Jesus, 1.8%, basically 2%. You can tell that I'm a little tired here. But yeah, you can see that it's pulling back, and it doesn't really have any buy orders to really get in, but besides this 70-cent mark, people want to get in at 70 cents, and that's very low for it to pull back. If I was looking at, and it is being overbought at this time, so if I look at a month, you can see that it has consistent growth. It does have those spikes, not as much of a spike as you see here, so you may see more of a pullback here. But yeah, I would say set your entry point at whatever you feel is right. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have any support levels set up here. So with no support level set up, I can't really tell you exactly where to enter, but a safe bet would probably be if it pulls back to maybe 90 or 80 cents, 90, and then end up doubling down somewhere around 80 if it does pull back again. That would be my opinion, but it's an opinion. Again, it's not something that you should take to heart. We have 1,000 people in here. Please hit that like button if you have time. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I couldn't short AMC either. I got an error message saying this security is hard to borrow. Yeah, probably because we own so many shares. I'm so hungry. Remember, SNDL gapped up at like the $1.65 to $1.72 level until almost $2, and it would fall way back lower to $1.70. Don't panic, let it grow organically. Seeing SNDL, where is SNDL? Do I have it on my popular? I should have it here. Yeah, seeing that, I mean, it was a little bit ridiculous yesterday, I believe, where this might be not this. I don't think this is what I was talking about here. Yeah, I mean, it is leveling out right here. I don't know if it will pull all the way back. I think, you know, it obviously was being crazy overbought at this point, and you could see the reason why it had that sell-off to where it was. So seeing how it is in the pre-market, let's look at what's happening here. In the pre-market, good thing is I love to see volatility. I mean, I see a lot of volatility here, but it's not something that's changing dollars, it's changing cents. So from like that, from here, $1.20 or $2.20 up to $2.64, you can see that volatility where you can make quite a bit of money from there. But if you're looking for slow growth and letting it grow organically, I think the organic view to this is that we kind of fell off the trend here. So you look at how this is growing, it looks the same way as like Tilray did, that massive growth, and then a equally big sell-off, really. And you can see the organic growth here, what the organic growth was supposed to be, and this is the trend line that it was supposed to grow on. So seeing this line, it makes me think that it could still pull back. Usually when it pulls back, it finishes a little higher than what it started at. So you may see it pull back to $1 something. But you have a lot of orders coming in at $2. You have 319 orders coming in at $2. It depends. Like I said, it always depends on the buying power and selling power. You do have a lot of sell orders that are coming in at $2.20. People that are willing to basically put that limit order in and say, look, I gained a lot of money and I don't want to lose all this, so I'm going to put these sell orders in. So they are going in and they're continually dropping the price down. But you do have these buy orders that are going in at $2. So that's going to be a huge wall that it has to hit. Let's see. It's going to be a huge wall that's going to fight somewhere around that $2 mark. So I would say you continually watch where the buys are coming in, because buys are coming in lower than that. You see 119,000, you see 71,000. So it could be something where it does break that $2 mark, but that is a pretty big wall to break. So we have 1,200 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Hot stocks are done. Yeah, I mean, look, all of these, Mr. Random, one, I like your name, um, but let's calm down, Steve Hauser. Let's leave that out there. I mean, I don't want to have to block anybody from this chat. Can you not do that? But yeah, Mr. Random, I think that everything was a distraction, and still is a distraction from everything else. And yes, you see all the opportunities for growth, and this is what happens when you have a large, group come together. You're always going to have the people that bring your attention or put your attention towards something else. So whether people were talking about AMC and GME and trying to bring everybody together, it decided to go towards Doge and towards other forms of crypto, because there are people that are more fans of crypto than any other stock. So they're going to continuously push this crypto, or push silver, or push cannabis stocks or whatever, and then you drive up the volume there while neglecting the volume at AMC and GME, even though we could have skyrocketed that price again. With the volume, the price could have went up, to rates that we would have never seen before. I think we could have still seen two more, or another squeeze from GME and a huge squeeze from AMC. But with the distractions that were in place, what are we going to do about it? Everybody keeps bringing up different positions to get into, because they're always looking for that next best thing, and they think that GME is over and we missed our point, our entry point, and that wasn't the case. We were actually at the point to where we should have had a pretty decent uptick. Even though they did kind of, I don't know, cut us at the knees when it comes to restricting our trades, they still allowed us to find a way to trade. And then after a while, they lifted those restrictions, and then people just lost interest because they had these restrictions out there. So that means the hedge funds ended up losing less money than what they could have lost, because they recovered or covered all of these shorts. So it's definitely a tricky situation, and I think they were distractions. Zach's report out today. Please have a read. 382 for maybe 6 to 12 months, no squeeze. I will have to check it out. Thank you for the super chat. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Companies offer the best selection in pre-owned games, consoles, accessories. Okay, I'll definitely have to give it. A read here. Okay, thank you for letting me know. We have in the world every single day. It just doesn't work. I think it might be the streaming software that has it automatically set at a different. My Instagram link is not working every single day. Doesn't work. A second, let me fix it. All right, there we go. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and play an ad. Some people might not get an ad, but I'm gonna play one. So I am thirsty. my experimental call option from yesterday covered my AMC losses, and I'm still holding GME. That's great that you did find a way to cover it. This is what's great. If you end up feeling like you failed by trading any of these positions, right? It's always great to have a recover. There's ways to recover, and if you could find a way to do it, whether it's with options or trading another position, then you could do that. So that's what I like to see. Is it's all about the recovery. If you end up failing and you lose a lot of money, you slowly gain that money back, or you gain that money back fast. I mean, it's how you finish, really. Someone's asking me. All right, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop that. So sorry. Sorry, now I don't even know where I was because I had to stop someone's comments from coming in. Do you think Naked will come back, or is it done? So I did do a video on Naked, and I'm going to be releasing it in less than 21 minutes. I'm going to be releasing in 21 minutes at 8:30. Talking about Naked, but do I think that it will come back to basically where it was? I think where it's falling is on this trend line. The thing that I don't like to see is these large increases here, because when you see a large increase, like I always say, you see that mass sell-off, right? So that's where you end up seeing where the true after trauma, I guess, price is, because you could see that it's hovering around the dollar mark, around that, and continued to fight around that mark. So seeing this was mainly just interest in blowing up the price and then selling off. So do I believe it's going to come back to there? It has potential to slowly come back to there, but you can see an increase depending on the buy volume. So people see it at a lower price here, seeing it at $1.35, and you can see how many buy orders that are coming in. Right, these buy orders are coming in 77,000 at $1.30. 57,000 at $1.20. You also have 60,000 at $1.12, 56 at $1.10. But then you have some sales at a high order here of, not really high, but high-ish, of $1.45. So you could see that in the pre-market it's at $1.37. So you're going to see that wall that it hits right there. But there's going to be a lot of volume that continuously drives it up. And I definitely see that it could increase, but do I believe that it's gonna, skyrocket to like $2? It seems like that's gonna be a point to where it continuously resists, in my opinion. You do have a lot of buy orders that are coming in, more buy orders and sell orders at this moment. So yeah, it could possibly increase. It just depends what happens in the market open, if it stays the same. I love the channel, bro. In your non-financial advice opinion, I have AMC 40 shares at $13. Would you average down or take a $200 loss and move on? A $200 loss is not bad. The problem with AMC is that we don't know if it's going to have a very quick movement up or a slow movement up. Being at $13, that's definitely a far move. Like, it's going to be a very huge move for you to get to that point unless we have that large kick. And I really don't know if we're going to have that large kick. So if I look at the trajectory, it's going to take a number of days to get to that point. If you feel as though you can gain $200 in the money that you have with AMC, it doesn't hurt to take a loss. And then, you take that loss, see if it is going to go a little bit lower, and then go from there. That would be my opinion. But the thing is, if you do take a loss, right, don't end up, beating yourself up with the fact that the price may have gone up. Right? If the price goes up the next day based on sheer luck, because we have a number of people that are holding it, but we just need the volume for people to buy, and then you could drive that price up. But if it does happen, don't look at it and say, well, now I made a horrible decision here. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just get in the next position and look at how the position is moving. This is something AMC is not really predictable, so it could happen out of nowhere. And everybody that got out could possibly say, oh, well, you know what? Now I lost, $2,000 when I could have gained all that money back. So, yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you. If it was me at only a $200 loss, I would say that well, you have 40 shares at $13. Yeah, if it was up to me, I mean, I would usually just take that loss. I mean, it's $200 compared to, and that's just thinking on my brain, because my brain right now, I would take $200 over $6,000 any day, because I would love to be able to get in at this point and continue to have it grow from there. And even if it is long term, it'll be fine. So yeah, it's definitely tough to look at that situation and say, do you believe that it's going to grow, and what happens if it does? So you definitely make that decision for yourself. If you feel like $200 is manageable, then take it. If you feel like it's going to get up to that point, then hold on to it and average down. That's not a bad idea, to find a way to average down and get below $9. That would be amazing, because then you have a higher chance of getting to that point a lot sooner, right? So yeah, that would be my opinion, but definitely do the best thing that you think is good for you in your opinion when it comes to your money. So thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. You're squinting your eyes a lot while you read the comments. Yes, and I'm squinting while I read that. The reason is this text is really small here, and I'm getting older. I'm going to be 30 next month. Do you know anything about HCMC? I know that it is a penny stock. It's lower than I like to trade at. I usually like to trade probably over $5 usually. Sometimes I'll trade lower than $5. When you look at AMC going below $5, that was the exception really. But for most cases, I don't really like to. I definitely don't want to trade anything that's lower than $1. Eventually, I'll get into it, but I don't want to now. I have 18 AMC shares at $7.52. That's not bad. That's not a bad average. That's a really good average. And if you felt like you wanted to average down, I mean, with only 18 shares, it doesn't take a lot to average down. That's what I love about these low price stocks. It doesn't take a heck of a lot to average down. Now, if you have a ton of shares like I do, I would have loved to have gotten in with the amount of shares that I have, but at this price point, that would have been amazing, because then, with the price, even if it would move up like a dollar, I would basically gain $3,000 every dollar that it moves. So yeah, I know 30 is still young. I'm just saying, I'm hitting the big 3-0, and then soon I'll probably end up being 40. I'll blink my eyes and I'll be 40. That's just how it goes. And you have all your goals set, so hopefully I hit all my goals by the time I'm 40. Hey Matt, I love the channel. Would you mind touching briefly on So that's sitting at $30, has a very wide range candle bar in the pre-market from basically the movement is from $12.98 all the way up to $17. It's a huge move. With this, you're going to see a ton of buy orders. Look at this. Look at the sell orders compared to buy orders. Let me bring this up a little bit. Look at the sell orders compared to buy orders. You know that a lot of people are ready to sell at whatever mark they can open at. So this is where it's interesting. A lot of people think, oh, well, you know what? It's going up. It's increasing by 20%, 30%, whatever the percentage is, but you don't see exactly what the buy orders and sell orders are coming in as. You have a number of buy orders in the thousands, but you have a sell order at $15.80 at 110,000 basically shares or share size. So that's where it ends up being a little bit scary, because you look at the sell volume and it's way higher than what the buy volume will be. And that's where you know that there's going to be sort of a mass sell-off here. Now, it probably will get back to where it was. The problem is that with this, you do see these very big, like wide range candle bars. You can see the growth from $8. It does look like you can gain a little bit of money from these points. These are the stocks sometimes that I do want to get into because you can see the slow growth. But the thing is you want to get in at this point. The problem with that is the fact that you don't know that it's going to be a fast grower until you do get into that point. So this is why I like a lot of people's strategy to where they will invest with these positions at a lower rate. So when it does get to like $8 with the potential to gain, and they'll invest, a good $1,000 in there, right? And if they invest $1,000, it could, you could end up doubling your money or tripling your money just by holding that over a number of days. And it could be a no-name thing that you wanted to look at. But with this, it's definitely going to come back. So that would be my opinion on NIO, is that it's going to come back right now. You definitely want to find your entry point because it looks like it does shoot up quite a bit. So wherever it is at the low point, you know that it's going to have those days to where it really pops. And hopefully you can end up selling at these points if you have after hours trading available. Increase the text. Is it? I hear it's bad for your eyes to do that. Sometimes it just feels natural to me. What's good, Perry? Tons of news on GME this morning. Wait, you're saying there is tons of news on GME this morning, or are you saying that do I have tons of news? Yeah, I don't see a ton of news here. Elon Musk tweets. Yeah, I checked out Jake Tran's video. Let me get this. I don't really have a ton of news, by the way. Thank you for the super chat there. But I checked out Jake Tran's video recently about GameStop, and it was really good. I mean, it was like movie quality. I don't know if you've seen it, but I think it's like 20 something minutes long, and it must have taken him a long time to do. But it was really interesting. It made me feel like I was watching a Netflix documentary, really. So if you have time, definitely check out that video. I really like it. And there's a couple of points that are missed in exactly what happened, I would say, and also some speculation that should have been called out, some manipulation that should have been called out. But I don't know if he had that much time to research everything. He definitely seemed like he researched a lot. CIDM, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, let's look at this. So over the last few days, if I look at the 100,000 foot view here, right, you're going to see the growth looks pretty decent. Has that wave growth. It does go below the 200 moving average, or 200 EMA. The 15 MA does go below it, but it does come back quick, pretty much. Getting distracted. As you see this growth, you can see that it does have these large pops, which indicate there's going to be a larger fall, or not a larger fall, but a large fall right afterwards. But I don't know what this was fueled by, but it looks like it is having mass increases. This is what I was talking about. You get into a position that's, I don't know, 60 cents, and then you see it grow to $2. That's definitely a great situation that you can get in. So when I see this stuff, it looks like it doesn't hurt to put money into things that are, lower price, because it may have a surge. And when it does have that surge, you can gain a lot of money on it. Yes, you can potentially lose money on it, but you always want to throw it into something that does have the potential. You can see this growth here, and you can get something that does have the potential. But when it does get up to these prices here, that's where it starts getting scary to see that there's going to be a sell-off. Now, people are still interested in this. You see 31,000 shares that people are interested in this $1.87 mark, so looking to invest quite soon. You also see some shares coming through, some sell orders coming through at 12,000 order size at $2.50. You really don't see a lot of sell orders compared to buy orders. And this is the pre-market, so you're not really going to see too much. But it makes me think that people are still interested in buying this and driving up this price. So do I think that this is a long-term thing that will move to $5, $10, $15? It's hard to say at this point, but it does have consistent, growth, consistent upward growth here from basically this dollar mark all the way up to $1.30, all the way up to $1 or $2. So it continuously goes up, and I think it may bounce back, but it looks like it might really try and fight somewhere around these marks here. So the $2, between $2.20 and $2.30, it'll really fight. So you have to pick your spot here, but it may come back a little bit more. But with what I'm seeing in the buy orders versus sell orders in the pre-market, it looks like the buy orders are winning in this case. So depending on what happens towards the open and the buy volume, because you look at this 6 million over 2 hours, 3 million, 3.5 million, it doesn't have a crazy amount of volume for the size of the stock. So the price of it should be at tens of millions, if not way more than that. But you are seeing a lot of buy orders come in and sell orders, so that definitely could drive the price up. So definitely pick your spot. I think it could come back a little bit, but look out for anything that's being oversold. It's not even getting to that point yet. It may be making a turn to come back. If you look at history, it hasn't got to the oversold portion. It got basically down to 40, 47, 49 RSI, and then kicked up. So where's it at now? It's low, it's down at 42, so it doesn't hurt to make a move. We have a number of things here. Thoughts on, let's see, I'll put that up. Let me just address this. Thank you, Hunter, for the super chat. I will check that out right now. You bought at 350. You bought at 350. All right, I'll check that out in a little bit. Thank you for that, the Zach's report here. I mean, I thought I already had this, really. What? Copy. All right, I'll definitely check something out. 11:20. I'll have to read all of this and then do an update later today. Okay, so this one, DSS. As I look into this, you said you bought in at 350. I hate seeing that huge gap down, and I don't like saying hate because that's not really a word that I use, but I don't like seeing that huge gap down. You can see a lot of people are willing to sell at this point. You're getting quite a bit of sell orders here. You have some that are up at the $8.20 mark, like it's really going to get up that point anytime soon. So if you bought at 350, you're making a pretty decent profit off of it now. You're wondering if it's still going to go up or should you sell. As I start to look into this, you can see that the trend of it is flowing downhill. The fact that it came up and still just crossed the 200 EMA line, usually that means that it's going to increase in price from here. So that's a great sign. We still want to look for what's going to happen here, because just because it crosses over doesn't mean that it's actually going to skyrocket, because you can see even the price right now is starting to decrease. I know you do have a lot more sell orders that are coming in the pre-market, but as I look at this looks like something that trends downhill, and if you can get in and get out at a low to high ratio, then I would definitely say that you do that. It doesn't look like something that long term you want to hold on to. It's something that you may be risking that 70 cent profit here. And I don't know how many shares you bought, but you may be risking that 70-cent profit here by holding on to it for too long. It is up 2% or 3% in the pre-market, so that's always a good sign. But seriously, pick your volume, set a stop loss, or a trailing stop. I mean, set something that you'll basically be safe from, going below your break-even point or wherever you want your profit target to be. I think I may have missed a super chat. I'm sorry if I did. Let me continue to scroll down, see if I can find it. Here we go. Joe. Penny stock, don't be late. All right, so this is around 43 cents. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about where it stands. 43 cents is a little bit better than being at like 0.001 cents. That just makes me feel like it's going to disappear in a couple of seconds. So as I look at the 1 month information, it does look like it does move a lot. You have a lot of volatility to where you can actually gain pretty decent profit from it multiple times, really time it. And you can't ever time the market perfectly. Some people do, and I've done it once or twice before. Typically I'll either buy a little bit too early or buy a little bit too late to where I don't gain the full amount of profit. But it does look like something you can gain a decent profit from. From looking at this, do I feel like it's going to increase a heck of a lot, like it's going to be a slow gainer? I don't see that. It may be something where it could catch traction. That's where it's like a lot of these lower end stocks, I mean, you want to see what the buy volume will be. The problem is we can't really see what the order volume is right now. So if I look at this 3 months, you could see that it does have pretty consistent growth uphill, besides the fact of coming down and leveling off a little bit, creating that bowed increase look, more of a U. So I always think of this as like a ramp, but you're looking at that, creating that launching point, right? And seeing that slowly cross over the 200 EMA line and then slowly cross back is definitely a great sign. And then the increase is an even better sign. So do I feel like this is going to increase dramatically, like it's going to continually go up? It looks that way. It looks consistent. It's not something that it's a fast growth and a large fall, something like that. So I definitely can see this continually growing, but you definitely want to pick your exit point to see when you want to get out. I don't know what the order volume looks like, so I can't really tell you there, but at this point it does look like it is being overbought. Just watch out for a pullback, because typically you do see that pullback here. So you have a little bit of a pullback, it's going up, a little bit of a pullback. So I think you'll be able to get in, if you wanted to get in a little bit lower than where it is now, and then move up to 60 cents or 80 cents. Or if you were holding earlier than that, then that's amazing. You're gaining some money out of it. So it's definitely something you can pick and choose a spot here. It's up 9%. So let me create a watch list. Edit watch lists. You know what? Let's add this just so I can look at it. And remember, I said I wanted to get into it, so I'm going to add a watch list and just put that here. And I'll make sure to edit my watch list. I feel like I need to take some of these out, which I will do. But this one, I'll start adding things to look at this, because a lot of people ask me about HCMC. They ask me about a lot of different positions, and this is where it's like 0.0005 cents. So let me add this just in case people ask me about it, but I feel like this is not something that I will get into. I mean, penny stocks in general, it's something that I didn't like in the past, but I don't want to neglect them. So let's see. I know there's another super chat that I may have missed. So let me go up here and see. Can you give your thoughts on ZOM? I do have ZOM here. Let's see what they're actually doing. ZOM looks pretty good. I mean, it's been looking great for the last, month or so, month and a half. It does have these sharp increases. The things that I like to see are, something to where you can fight a certain level. You can see it hit support levels multiple times and then also resist at a certain point. This large increase did get me worried from the start when I seen it here and seeing that there was going to be maybe a large decrease, but it looks like the buying power is pretty strong to bring that up. Currently, the buying power is pretty sad compared to the selling power. So it looks like a lot of people are seeing that $3 mark, and it may end up really resisting that $3 mark. A lot of people want to sell at $2.90. So I would say that it is going to probably pull back a little bit. I'm seeing 300,000 orders, close to 350,000 orders come in to sell it at $3.90. So my thoughts on ZOM long term, it looks like it could continue to grow. Continue to really push and break boundaries to get to that $5 level. But looking at what's going to happen short term, it may have a little bit of a pullback. You might have that level to where it drops down. I'm trying to see if there are any support levels, but I don't see any big buys coming in. So that's always a tell sign of what's going to happen. You don't really see any big buys coming in, but then you see a large order where people are willing to sell off at a certain portion. So yeah, that's what I see there. TRLY. So let's look at the cannabis stuff. So I did release a video 4 minutes ago on my channel. No, that was earlier this morning. 7:30, I released something with cannabis stocks and the cannabis sector and why it really crashed and everything like that. But then I released another video on naked today, so at 8:30. But as I look at the cannabis sector, I mean, this was something that was pumped and dumped, really. And I'm not going to say that it's going to, increase to where it was. Eventually, it will take a slow growth to where we'll get to. But when you look at all of these different positions, TRLY, for instance, or Tilray, TLRY, little dyslexic apparently, you can see that it's basically coming back to the normal trend. Just like I said, it's really coming back to this normal trend, and that was just abnormal to where they pumped it. They pumped it so much where people actually believe that cannabis was the next big thing, right? And a lot of people are probably looking to get in at a certain point, or if they did get in at this point thinking that it's going to continue to skyrocket, they really made a huge mistake, because this was really pumped, I believe, by wallstreetbets. And I don't like seeing that. I mean, obviously, if I get in at a low point and it continues to pump, I like seeing it. But I don't like seeing it because these people that got in here, and they probably ended up getting out here thinking that, oh, well, you know what, it's going to recover, it's going to recover, it's going to recover. Same thing with GameStop and AMC, right? It went down and went down and went down. So many people were like, it's going to pop, while the interest ended up going away. So yes, you do have a lot of buy orders coming in at this portion, so you can see that it's following the same trend that it was before this initial pop. So we're following this trend, and it's probably going to end up doing that slow growth here, which you may see a couple of pops where people get really interested in it, but it all depends on the buyers and sellers. It all depends on what the order books look like. So you look at these order books and you can see that the buyers are actually controlling over the sellers. I mean, you can see you have 7,000 orders coming in at $30. You can see you have 7,000 orders coming in at $29.99, but you do have a little bit of sell orders coming in at $31. You have 6,000 sell orders coming in at $31 and 3,000. So you can see that you have buying power right now. And as you go through the rest of the day, we have to see what the buying power actually looks like. But I don't think you're going to have the same amount of volume that you would over here, because they were pumping it. Everything was being pumped. And that's what I said in my video. I talked about all of these being pumped, and that's why they all, ended up selling off 49%, 22%, 23%, 35%, 21%, because it was a pump scheme, basically. Everybody in these forums, since you have 8-point-something million in WallStreetBets, they pumped it and then they dumped it, and it was a complete distraction. Just like Mr. Random says, yes, it's a complete distraction from AMC and GME, because that's what a lot of that stuff is. When you have 8 million people in a a Reddit forum, when you have 8 million people in one group, it's going to basically, you're going to have a lot of things that take your attention off the main goal. If the main goal was to focus on AMC, drive up this price, or GME and drive up this price, now we're looking at, you know, silver, we're looking at cannabis, we're looking at some penny stocks, we're looking at Nokia, Blackberry, Bed Bath and Beyond, all of these other ones we're looking at, and it's really just a distraction. Yeah, this is the problem. I mean, the issue is that what you need to look out for is all of these stocks that people are mentioning. I see people saying things about Tilray, about SNDL, about, you know, GameStop, AMC, anything that was pumped. Now, GameStop and AMC were something that was shorted, so that's the reason why everything was being pumped, so we can force that squeeze. With everything else, it's just being pumped because they want to bring that price up. And you can't really look at it. You have to look at it and say, is this reaching new highs? Is this reaching to a point to where it's unbelievable? There's no news that actually justifies this growth. You don't get in at that point. You don't buy in at the highest point, because then you're going to get in a trend and, you know, end up, you know, buying high and selling low. And I don't want to see that for anybody. AMC up 4,000% in the pre-market. That's not accurate. I wish that was the case, up 4,000%. There's a lot of stuff here. Sorry. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah, no problem. I like your channel. I'm glad I came across you during all the GME and AMC stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like my channel. I like to change things up a bit, and, you know, I talk about credit cards a lot. I talk about investing. I love to talk about stocks, but I just never had the interest. A lot of people, when I first started out, it was all about really credit cards, and that was the easiest to go off because I made a lot of money off of credit cards. A lot of times I'll make like $4,000 a year, or save $4,000 a year basically, and then put that towards different you know, vacations and stuff. But every time I did an investing video, it didn't get as much traction because all of my subscriber base was credit cards. And I still do like talking about credit cards. It's just, I love talking about investing. I mean, I really do, and it hurts me to not go in and talk about different things and my you know, my strategies and, you know, what I see in a chart, and also to learn new things. It sucks not talking about investing too much, because I don't learn enough when I don't talk about it, if that makes sense. With watching other people and understanding other people's strategies, it always makes me feel better and add new things to my strategy as I start to trade. So yeah, I think I'm happy that, you know, I did have growth with people that love investing, because now I can start to talk about this a little bit more. We have 2,000 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes. That would be phenomenal. We did hit the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to play an ad here. If you do get an ad, let me know. If you don't get an ad, still let me know. SNDL is done, bro. I sold it yesterday. Yeah, I mean, when I look at, like I said, when I look at SNDL, should have it somewhere here. Come on. Right there. So yeah, SNDL, like I was saying, you have these stocks that are being pumped. You can see the organic growth that it has, and somebody called out, said, let the stock grow organically. And yes, you do need to let the stock grow organically, but the problem is that so many people saw the pump and they continued to chase it. And all of this, they continued to chase it up here. Anybody that bought up here kind of got into a horrible situation. You know, you basically lost half your money that you invested here, and it's a low price, so you probably invested at a larger amount of shares. But an ad, I'm out. I'm sorry, man. Sam, I'm sorry. No ad. That's good. I mean, that's fine. Not everybody's going to get one, but anyways, SNDL, it had that pump and dump look. So it's going to have consistent growth and slow growth and, eventually, pass by that $5 mark, but it needs to take its time to get there. You can see how many people are interested in buying right now. So look at all the buy orders compared to the sell orders. You have a number of buy orders, over 1.4 million buy orders compared to, 400,000 sell orders. So you're seeing a lot of buy orders come in because people are interested in getting back into here, but you want to pick your spot because it still might come down a bit, even though you do have these buy orders here. You have a lot of volume over a short period of time. Look at this. This is over 2 hours. You have 794 million shares that were sold. So if that's what the volume is actually looking at, you want to see it get to that point. 300,000 is not going to move the needle. 200,000 is not going to move the needle. You need it to be in the millions, really. And that's what we were seeing yesterday with all the sell orders. And I was saying this right at the open, was that you could see all the sell orders. Actually, in the pre-market, you could see all of the sell orders coming through. And it was just dropping down significantly because you've seen everything. It was a pump and dump, really. And now, like I said, I don't think it's going to completely fall off the face of the earth, but you are going to see this upward trajectory to where it hits, $1, like it would go $1, $1.30, $1.60, up to $2, slow growth instead of that fast growth. Now, you may still see people that are interested that want to pump it from maybe $2.30 or $2.50 up to $4 or $5 or $6, and that can happen. But what I'm saying is the normal trajectory is something that's slower. So that's my advice for SNDL. I don't know if it will pump back up. There's a possibility that it could if people want to get back in and out, and basically play that game. But I would say the likelihood that it does, most people that do these pump and dumps move on to the next one and the next one and the next one, rather than stay in this, because it doesn't really have the crazy volatility normally. If it did have volatility normally, then some people will stay in here. Like for me, I like stocks that are volatile, so I could see where it hits its low at like $5 and its high at like $10 or $15. So I can see that consistent volatility there throughout the day, and I can invest, I can short the trade, I can buy into it, and end up making a little bit of money. So yeah. You can check the buy and sell orders for GME. It looks like there's a lot of sell orders right now. You could see that there's basically, what is that, 8,000. It doesn't really move that much, right? Because since it is a higher price, and even in the height of it, I don't think it pushed like crazy millions of shares. Even here, it was like 15 million over 2 hour marks, 4 million over 2 hour marks. So it wasn't something that was crazy volume, but you're seeing about 8,000 sell orders come through compared to about 2,000 buy orders. So people are willing to sell at $51 and 55 cents versus a couple of sell orders of $50 and 50 cents. So you don't really see too much movement here, but I think GME definitely always has that potential move to where it could spike $5, $6, $7. And that's what I usually look for. So I want to see exactly what's going to happen here, if we're going to see any type of positive information here, positive news, positive movement. But yeah, the sell orders just aren't to the same level as something like even an AMC or an SNDL or whatever, because they're lower price, right? The volume will be higher if you can pay less money. I'm so cold. Let's see, go down. I bought, wait, what about yesterday? Pot stocks down. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit. I mean, people come in here a little bit later and I guess you don't hear what I had to say, but yeah, I did do a video on it and talked about it a little more in depth. If you want to look at that, I think it's like an 8-minute video or 9-minute video. If you want to check that out, I uploaded it at 7:30 today. But as I looked into this, it was all of them were just pump and dumps. All of them were pump and dumps. They dropped 20 to basically 50%. Tilray dropped 50%. CGC dropped 22%, 23%, 35%. So you can see that it was a pump and dump look to it. Now it started to level out, which means that you have more interest again. Do I think that it's going to continue, like it's going to skyrocket back up to the price that it was? I don't think so. I mean, there's a possibility that they can get back into it and push it up, but I still don't think that it's going to, skyrocket like it did. It was up to $77. That's a crazy drop from where it was, which means that you could see from the moment that they got in here, they were continually pumping it and seeing how far they can actually pump it. With this wide range candle bar, that was icing on the cake that I knew there was going to be a pullback. And you could see that with just this, looking at this here, you can see that there is going to be a massive pullback at a certain point. It is being overbought and there will be a massive pullback. And then as it started to increase, I was like, all right, this is getting worse and worse. And it was looking great with the amount of growth, but the growth was kind of unexplainable besides the fact that they were pumping the volume. So yeah, I thought it was going to continually increase and probably come back to maybe the $50 level. I didn't think it was going to come back all the way back here. I thought it was going to come back, a little bit. You see a large sell-off, but you see a lot of people that are still interested, so it continues to push up. That's what I thought I was going to see, kind of like what I've seen here. But it ended up pulling all the way back. And this is where it ends up falling into its normal trajectory, normal route to where it's going to grow slowly. And you may still see a couple of pops because people are interested in all of this stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't believe that you're going to see a crazy pop right now. That's just an opinion. Just logged on, not sure what I missed. I've been seeing these TD Ameritrade projection charts show AMC by July or so hitting over 100. Is this BS? I mean, I don't see this. What projections are you seeing? I mean, I can't see that it would hit over 100. I can definitely say that it's valued. The company is more valuable than where it stands, and it's going to be a lot more valuable than where it stands. But do I see it hitting 100? No. I mean, it depends how many people actually get on board. So right now, with it being this low of a price, you can potentially push it up as high as you would think to $100 if everybody gets interested. But with the lack of interest right now, it doesn't make sense why that would even push to 100. It's even struggling to get above the $6 mark right now. And I understand July is a long way out, right? Well, it's not really a long way out, not by how fast these weeks are going. But yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, but a very slim chance from what I can understand. And as time goes on and you see the different variables and how they may change, it definitely could be more of a possibility. But right now, the way that it looks with the volume, it doesn't make me think that we're going to push $100 stock, $100 stock price. We have 2,200 people in here. If you could hit that like button get it basically above 1,000 likes, that would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting take. I haven't seen any of these projections that say it's going to be above $100. Anyone else blocked by Robinhood from buying the dip on S&DL? I don't know. I haven't seen anything. You just need to check some credit. I did discuss HCMC, and I'm not a fan of penny stocks. It could be a possible move. It doesn't hurt to put some money in there if you do believe in penny stocks. And the way that it's growing, it is growing pretty good. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. It just, you want to pick your spots. Like any other investment, you want to pick your spots. I can't give you an exact point to invest in because depending on volume, with something like that, you could have something that drops in price significantly. I sent you artwork you asked for yesterday on the stream. Yeah, I got a bunch of artwork. Right now, I've been going back and forth with some people to try and see what they have in their portfolio, what they can come up with. I would love to see what somebody just comes up with from the start. For the profile picture, for what I have in my profile picture on my channel, I'm probably going to do that myself with a high quality photo. I'll get that taken and that just will be that. I just want something that's professional. If you could think of something that could be a banner that I can include a cutout of a picture of me on there with like some really good text that spells out like Matthew Perry or whatever in like a pretty good way, not something that's, you know, cartoony. There's a lot of people that sent me a bunch of like cartoon art or, you know, I don't want anything that's, I want something that looks more professional, clean, you know, maybe like a clean color like white or yellow or even black with like white letters. I don't really know, just something that looks clean. Right now, my channel doesn't, I don't really like the banner. I mean, it's okay, I created it, but I would like to just have one picture of me with a high quality photo there, but then also have my name and something that looks clean. I've seen some other examples that look that way, but I don't want to copy off of somebody else. I want somebody to come up with something. Anyone invest in? Yeah, I did see your thing, Stock Junkie. I just maybe it's on a lag, so you didn't hear it. Just emailed you my portfolio. All right, I'll definitely check that out. You sent it to my business email, right? I can't remember if you have my Instagram there. Yeah, I definitely think that cannabis could be more of a long-term play. It will always have its pops because the cannabis industry, right? A lot of people get interested at weird times, and if they do get interested at these weird times, then it drives the price up, which will give you some sort of profit out of the deal. Now, if you're looking for a long-term over years, then yeah, you can see that consistently grow. Um, but yeah, getting at a price you think is reasonable. What program is he using? This is Webull, the Webull 4 platform. If you use my link down below, you can get 2 free stocks if you sign up and deposit $100. If you go to the download section, when you go into like the Webull desktop like website, you can go to the download section, and then you'll be able to see and download this platform here. Yes, it's Webull. Link in description. A banner with you sitting on a unicorn holding a bull by. That's funny, but that's not something that I want on there. Something clean. That's not clean. It's funny though. What is he using to look at stocks? Uh, Hopefully you got that. This is Webull. The link in the description. You can sign up and get free stocks. What games do I play? I play a lot of games. Call of Duty, Resident Evil, scary as hell. What can I do with my pot stocks? Where did you invest in at, Alessandro? Where did you invest at? Did you invest at a high point? Because that's where people get, you know, stuck. Yeah, make sure you put this platform is Weevil on your banner. That's not bad. Yeah, yeah, can do that. I wish I can like, you know, make it pop up on the screen like this is Weevil. I don't know, something that, you know, just calls out that this is the Weevil platform. Maybe I can add some text to the bottom of the screen saying like this is the Weevil platform, link in the description. That probably wouldn't be bad to add on the channel here. Let's see what's going on with AMC and GME. They're both down. They're not really moving that much. Like I want to see some movement, man. The volume is just suffering. Let's look at the volume over the last couple of days. Let's look at a day look, and we can see that when we hit this high point, we had 1.2 billion shares. We had half a billion. We had another half a billion, 600 million, 400 million. So it started to decrease, and obviously these were the points I think one of these points. What was this? The 27th. I think the 28th is where they restricted trading. So that's where we've seen, less volume go through. And they continued to restrict trading, but just not to the same amount. They added some more shares that we could buy, but they still restricted trading. They restricted, I believe they lifted restrictions here, but the interest was gone. And then now it's down to 219 million, 159 million, 193 million, 127 million, 100 million, 150. Yeah, so you could see that it's just not, like the volume just isn't there. I mean, yesterday, you can see the volume here. Just didn't have enough. 55 million, that's like nothing. It's not moving at all. I want to see millions and millions of shares go through. I sent a few super chats, but it was a high volume day. Could you briefly check out ATOS, please? Thank you for your vids. Thank you for watching. I can definitely check that out. I do want to address the other one that's here, so I'm going to keep this up and then I'll address it. Yes, this is Weeble. Thank you for the super chat, MSTR. This is the Weeble platform. I see a number of people calling this out. It's funny. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. And so if I look at ATOS, I want to just take a second to look through this. Holy crap. So this, let me look at it from a very, like maybe a 10,000 foot. So, all right, this is very interesting. So we have the growth over, what was it, 3 months that I selected? It was over a couple of, it might be 1 month, over 1 month, right? So it went all the way back to January. So you could see the growth. It does have consistent growth from that $1 mark, right? So the $1 mark all the way down here did have consistent growth, and it looks like the trajectory wants to push up that way, right? Now, I love seeing this launching point here. You can see that it's slowly pulling away. I love seeing those, which makes me think that it's going to continue to rise and have a very large push up, and that's standard, right? So with any sharp increase, you're going to see a sharp fall, and I understand why you did see that to come back to earth. A lot of people wanted to sell off, but with this, you can see that it's definitely going to resist at this point. So I don't think that you're going to see an increase over a long period of time. Or a short period of time, seeing that increase get back up to the $5 mark. It's starting to taper off to where people are starting to sell a little bit more. You can see the buy orders are going through at a higher volume to sell at about 54,000 compared to 31,000. So it's not something that's crazy significant right now because it is in the pre-market. But you do see a high amount of volume over the day, but you can see that it consistently increases in the after hours pre-market and decreases during the day, increases, decreases, but with a slow downward trajectory. And especially since it did cross over from the 15 MA to the 200 EMA, it makes me think that we're going to continue to see this downward trend. So do I see this as an investable time period? I mean, I think you need to continually monitor this and see when it is going to hit its bottom. Because seeing this does not make me think that this is going to be a good strategy short term. Long term, possibly. It may get back on track to where the supports end up, you end up having these trailing or ascending supports here. But with it crossing over from the 200 EMA, it makes me think that it's not going to continue to increase, that it's going to continue to decrease. And that's what those things show. Once that crossover happens, it quite possibly could continue to go down. That's what that usually indicates. So hopefully that helps out. I'm sorry that you had to send a bunch of super chats before. I just, I guess it was a high volume day, like you said, and I couldn't get to it. You're the 889th like. Thank you. Let's see who could be the 1000th like. If you hit the like button and you're the 1000th like, let me know. Everybody can't be the 1000th like, so don't say that you are if you aren't. We have 2,000 people in here, 900 likes. Hit that like button. Let me know if you're the 1000th like. We're slowly approaching that 1 hour and 30-minute mark, which at 1 hour and 30 minutes, I'm going to play another ad. If you do get an ad, sorry. I would love for this to take over as my main like source of income. Even though like I'll still always work. Like I'm a hard worker, but I would like this to be. I think it actually is. Actually, I think it is. It's the largest source of income that I have. Because in the stock market, I take it conservatively, and then obviously with work, who's the thousandth like? I could see we got to 1,020. I'm 950. I'm 985. Me. Andrew is 1,000th like. Uh-oh, now we have competing people. Someone said I'm the 1,000th like. And then somebody else said, no, here, I'm 1,000. Here, I'm 1,001. At least someone was honest there. I'm 1,001. That's all. I wanted to see how many people fight for this 1,000 like. And the thing that I noticed that I probably, or a thing that I knew that I would see is that it would spike up. What's my job? I'm a senior financial analyst. So I love what I do, but I also love creating YouTube videos. It's just like talking to people. I'm more of an introvert, so doing this is definitely different. Shut up, you fool. Come on, man. Let's be a little respectful. If not, then you're going to have to stop your messages from coming in. I like people that are respectful. I respect people's opinion, but when people say things like that, it's not something I like to hear. Unless if you were talking to somebody else, I still don't think that's right. I'm 1,000 and lying too. Mine says 1K. I'm 999.9. That's not a possibility. But yeah, I'm more of an introvert here. So when I look at communicating with people on YouTube or communicating with people in person, it's definitely a different situation. I don't know. I'm just used to talking to the camera, I guess, versus talking to people in person. Really, I'm very introvert. Don't tell me to shut up, you broke ass cave troll. What? I've never heard that before in my life, but that is probably the funniest thing. You broke ass cave troll. Oh man, that's funny. That's good. AMC, GME, frozen. Yeah, they're not moving. Uh, what stocks are you invested in? What are the stocks you invested in recently? Well, I keep talking about AMC and GME. These are the only ones that I have most of my money into. For the life of 2020, which was the height of basically long-term investing, a lot of people made a ton of money, and I was afraid that the market was going to crash based on the fact that the economy was going south. And I did not want to have my money in there long term and do something with that. Now I do have my investment accounts. I do have my Roth IRA. I have my 401k. I have my children's 529 accounts that I manage and work around. But I would say the last thing that I invested in before I stopped investing for a while, just because I wanted to focus more on YouTube, was someone asked about my Shiba. Was Facebook, in and out of Facebook. And then the last thing that had happened for me was I was waiting for the reason why I didn't get into anything, because in March when everything went south, I was waiting for the new lows to happen, which everything was low at the point. Like everything was dropping, and I was like, I'm gonna invest in everything once it hits my target price. I think it was Facebook, I wanted to go to either 150 or 130. I can't remember exactly what it was. And it ended up not getting there. So I seen it go up a little bit, and I was like, well, it's going to decrease because of the pandemic, because of the economy, and everything just decided to continue to increase. So I decided to not invest at brand new highs and just hold off for a while, especially since trading, anything I did with trading on YouTube didn't really catch traction besides one video. I had one video on there that was how to trade with Fidelity, and it got like 100,000 views, and everything else didn't get anything. No matter what I tried, it just didn't happen. So I was like, all right, well, I'll hold off on investing stuff. So that was the last thing I invested in, but I will invest in a lot more, especially with a lot of people that are now interested in this, and I can gain a couple thousand views from a video every time I upload one of those investing videos, go through my predictions, go through what I see in the stock, and go through any gains. That will be amazing. But first, I need to get all of this money out of AMC and GME, maybe just GME. AMC, I think, might be a longer term play and might get me to the price point that I want to get to. But yeah. You have an old Shiba. If you do, can we see it on the stream? Let me see if I can actually get my, should I get my Shiba? She's upstairs, the door's closed, but she's upstairs. She's not older, she's, how old? 2 years? 3 years old. She's 3 years old. She's basically the same age as my oldest daughter. So yeah, she's about 3 years old. We got 1,100, and you messed up something, whoever was the 1,112th like. We could add 1111. Now we have to get to 2222. 2019 viewers, hit that like button. Shoot. I got an email, golf course open in 60 days. Yeah, I'm very hyped about that. I haven't played golf in a while. Matt, please look at Ian. He's so cute. Have you seen her on my Instagram? Who, my daughters or the Shiba? I love that Shiba Inu. She's great. Her name's Emmy. Any truth to AMC short volume is too low, and certain platforms are not allowing shorting any good thing. So I did hear that they're not allowing shorting of AMC, right? So that may be a good thing for us, because then it'll continue to increase that price if we are seeing this short laddering, right? But I don't know for what reason. I haven't seen all the details behind it. I've just heard about it. But yeah, I think that is a good thing, to not allow people to short. That just takes away one area to where they can attack us and drive that price down. But with all of the buying power, if we can increase the buying power, then it would bring the price up significantly. But you still can have people sell. This is where it's very tough. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Chase. But yeah, that's where it's a little bit tough there. And I think it may be a good thing, but if we still don't have the volume, it might not be something where it increases fast. It will be a slow growth. And I want to see the fast growth, because I'm impatient, very impatient. I know that there's so many missed opportunities to make so much money here by holding up basically $23,000 in these two positions. And if it does increase to that $20 mark, then it's a lot more that I will have in there in order to trade with. And I typically want to keep around $26,000 in there, so I'm not labeled as a pattern day trader, and 26 because if I potentially lose some, I want to continuously have $25,000 in there. So you have to have above $25,000 in order to not be labeled as a pattern day trader. So yeah, I think it could be a good thing. We really have to see what the volume will look like. We just need to drive up interest. A lot of people are losing interest in AMC and GME, and it's because of the fact that they restricted trading. They think there's no more growth in it, but the growth just depends on what we do, you know? Do I have any videos on the fundamentals? Not really. I want to make videos on the fundamentals, and I also want to find a way to make a course, but I want to, be able to establish myself a little bit more before I make any type of course. People have asked me to make a course, but I want to go through different methods, because right now I only play the bounce back method, and I want to use a simulator to try and do different methods, more of a growth over the day, over the intraday, and be able to make money out of that rather than just play the bounce back, because a lot of times I'll short or I'll buy into it just to play that bounce back and I see something that's volatile. I want to create something on those things, but I want to be able to build the audience base to start that. So with everything, I wanted to go into each individual platform and talk about that after I seen how great the Fidelity, how to trade with Fidelity video went, when that's just bare minimum of how to trade on the platform of Fidelity. I feel like you could literally go through every platform and talk about that, but then talk about the basics also of trading itself, trading and investing. And investing wouldn't be something that's my, the strongest point of my game. I know people that do invest long term, and I could have them talk about it. Someone that's really close to me that has really good success with investing, and hopefully he's interested in creating a channel himself, because it's another stream of income, which is always interesting as well. Thank you for the super chat. Any update on GME? I need to get my money out. Yeah, it's very, very tough to see. So GME, it's looking less and less likely to spike by the day. If this is something that you're depending on this money and you're losing a lot of money as it continues to go down, don't keep it in there. If you're depending on that money and that's not money that you can lose, don't do that. Take it out. You should have taken it out a long time ago if that was the case. A couple of days ago, get back up to the $75 mark or wherever it actually was. But today it just doesn't look like the volume is pushing it up, and I can't say that it's not going to squeeze up, it's not going to push up. And I don't want to tell you to absolutely take that money out, because if it does increase based on no information at all, just a spur of the moment spike, then you end up losing out on potential opportunity. And that's what I'm really waiting for, is that spike. Once it gets up to a point to where I'm comfortable with taking it out and knowing that it is going to come, the price will come back down, then I can either get in at a lower point or take that money and invest it somewhere else so that I can make some more money other places rather than just letting my money sit here. So that decision is really on you. I really don't see a ton of news on GME that makes me think they're going to spike anytime soon, especially with the volume that's so low. We do have buying power today, but it's just not a crazy amount of buying power. It's literally like even. So that's really on you. I'm sorry to say that, but it really is. I don't want to make that decision for you. I bought $10 of Bitcoin yesterday, went out and got denied a loan for a Ferrari. And I thought I was rich for 32 seconds. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what Bitcoin's at right now. Is it still above 45? Is it above 50? I don't really know exactly where it's at. But yeah, I don't like cryptocurrency, and I can't say I don't like to say I don't like things, and I just did that. So that's weird. But still, I don't really want to focus on crypto, but crypto is an important topic, and a lot of people want to know about different forms of crypto, what's the best thing to invest in. But for me, it would be more of a disservice than anything, because I just can't give you the information that you need, because I'm not a crypto fan. So if I don't know about it, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it. I'm going to try and be as transparent as possible, give you as much information as I can. Hopefully today we see some sort of a spike. We got 13 minutes until the day opens. Hopefully we can see a little bit of a spike. Typically, I don't think we see that big of an impact on Fridays. And I mean, it just really depends. I don't see any volume that's really coming through for AMC or GME. They're both sitting at, basically zero. Either plus 0.18% or minus 0.76%. So yeah, we have 2,000 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. I'm gonna play an ad here, but it would be amazing if you did hit that like button. We're at 1,000 likes. I appreciate everybody in here today. I know a lot of this stuff has really died down, talking about GME and AMC, and a lot of people want to know about other positions. And I will love to get into that stuff. The only reason, like I said, I focus on AMC and GME is because I have large positions. Well, at least a large position in AMC, and that's probably going to stay there for a little bit. But GME is the one that I want to at least bring back to maybe negative $1,000 or back up to break even. It's just not something that I see as crazy volume, which it could change any day. It could be something where it's just like not to the moon, but it could really fly here. An ad dumped me. HCMC buy at Weeble. Bitcoin's at 47,000. Jeez. I remember when people were telling me to invest in it at way lower. I think it dropped below, I don't remember. It was like 20,000 one point and then went down a lot. And people were like, yeah, invest in it and all this other stuff. But like I said, it's too volatile for me. For something that can go up to 20,000 and drop down to 5 in the next week is something that I don't like to see. I'm a new fan. I love you. I love your knowledge. I know you are swamped. I sent a message earlier. GS. I bought OCGN plug and Riot at around less than $2. Thoughts on? Well, it looks like all of those. OCGN really made a move. I don't know if it is coming back right now. I haven't checked on it. But if I'm looking at this, it is starting to, you did have that massive increase from $1 to $3, which you will see a slow sell-off here. I would have thought it would have been a really quick sell-off, but you're seeing a slow sell-off with a little bit of interest. So the thing is, when some people will see, this is why it's all based on buyers and sellers here. So when you look at this, you could see it increased a lot based on the amount of volume that you did have, which was a crazy amount of volume, crazy amount of interest, a real big pump here. And then when you dump it, you do dump it to a point to where people say, all right, I'm setting up a limit order to buy in at a certain point, and that's why the price drives up again. If not, then you would have had a large price decrease here to get it back on plane to where it should have been. So I would definitely expect this to continue to come back. You can see the sell orders that are coming in at higher than the buy orders. I would still expect this to come back a little bit and continue to fight at the open. Maybe have a wide range candle bar here. So I wouldn't invest right in the first 5 minutes. I would see what it's going to do and then make your move. But looking at it from just a, I guess 1,000-foot view, you can see that really. It doesn't really have, it has this slow growth from like cents to $1. Which is good, but the trajectory was taken away by this large increase here, this large pump, which is being completely overbought, and you can see that it's selling off. So I still expect it to make its move downward because you have a lot of sell orders that are coming in. But yeah, definitely pick your spot. You might see a wide range candle bar right from the start. Thank you for the super chat, Jeremy. I appreciate that a lot. You want to see my dog? Is that what all the dog emojis are for? I'll have her down here tomorrow. Maybe later today if I have a stream today in the afternoon. I don't really know if I will actually have one, but I'll have her down here then. Thank you for the super chat, Studio Viper. I appreciate that. Let's see, we have 8 minutes until the market opens. Are we going to see massive movement? It doesn't look like we're seeing a ton of things here. You still see Tilray down, continuing to go down at that $32 level. So if we look at this plane here, yeah, it's going lower than where the original plane was. So it's probably continuing to sell off. You see the sell orders that are coming in at a massive scale compared to the buy orders. No buy orders, it's just a massive sell off. Same thing with all the other ones, 3%, 9%, 7%, 5%. You have all of them selling off. So definitely pick your spot here. It's tough to see all of that. That went well below. Falling below the 200 EMA. Once the 200 EMA, if the 200 EMA starts chasing it, then that's where you have a little bit of a problem. We love you, Matthew. Of course you have a Shiba, only the most iconic. Yeah, I love Shiba Inus. I keep telling my wife I want a Husky Inu. Basically a Shiba Inu and a Husky mix, but they're hard to find. Those things are absolutely amazing. They're so beautiful. Thank you for the super chat, Joe. What is this? So here we go. We got a little bit of a movement here. We have a huge gap up from basically $1.50 up to, I think probably gapped up to like $1.80. So I had a pretty decent gap here, and having more gaps. I don't ever like to see gaps because then gaps just mean that you're probably going to see more of a pullback to wherever the indicator actually is. So seeing this, it did have consistent growth besides any gaps that it does have, from 42 cents, all the way up to that $1.20 something mark. And you can see that it does fight certain support levels, and it is fighting at this moment. So you know that it's going to have a support level down here, even though we don't see anything with the order book. But as we go through this, it's definitely a massive increase, which you could see a decrease here. It's being a little bit pumped, a little bit manipulated there, right? But it does look like it's leveling out. It's not something that just every minute or every hour it's pushing up a hell of a lot. Let's look at a minute. Oh, that's very difficult to see. So yeah, it does look like it levels out, which is definitely a good sight to see. That means that you hit all of these levels multiple times and that it's not just going to quickly decrease. So that's not a bad position to move on. Like I said, since these ones are so low, it doesn't hurt to put a little bit of money in there and try and gain something. But I don't like seeing points to where it gets to a new high in a short period of time. Maybe a couple of months or whatever. I don't really like seeing that because then you really missed all of the growth. You want to get in there before that. Why is the market closed Monday? Isn't that a holiday or something? President's Day. There you go. So cold. We're slowly approaching the 2-hour mark. So at close to the 2 hours before the market opens, I will play one more ad, and then throughout the market, throughout the 30 minutes the market is open while I'm streaming, I won't play anything until the end. What's your opinion on NIO? I did talk about that as a long-term. I think I talked about it. NIO as a long-term investment. Yeah, so I'll play an ad right before, not like exactly right before, but at 12:29. I always want to be transparent with you guys. If you do get one, some people don't get it because they're on what is it, YouTube Premium or something. I just want to see, AMC is making a little bit of a move at the end of the day, or the end of the pre-market. That's good. Making a little bit of a move, but it's not anything that's going to be crazy. You see a lot of sell orders still coming through. Maybe you'll see more buy orders. I think the buys really want to wait until they see some, what the market is doing in the first, couple of minutes or so. So I'm going to play something here, and then we're going to get into the market open, and we'll talk about exactly what's happening here. Which program am I using? This is Webull. This platform is Webull. It's the link is in the description. All you have to do is sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get 2 free stocks. But this is the platform that I'm using. TRLY is not, or TLRY is not what? What's not? Thank you. I appreciate that, Big Dave's ramblings. I appreciate that a lot. Warren Buffett invested into SOS Limited in the third quarter. Thoughts on the chart? I mean, if he invested in, he obviously seen some positive growth over the long term. That's what he likes to invest in. Just the consistent growth. And I understand why. I mean, it makes sense to have that consistent growth, especially when you have so much money. When you have so much money that you can invest into the markets, gaining 50% or gaining 20% or 10% or 1% on that money is huge. When you have billions of dollars, it makes it easier to gain more millions of dollars. It's just like we have thousands of dollars, right? It makes it easier for us to get like hundreds of dollars or tens of dollars. But for him, our tens or hundreds of dollars is hundreds of thousands or millions for him. So that's why it's so easy and effortless to say that you invest in long-term solutions here. But most people that are in the stock market are trying to gain, 50% on their money because, they trade with less money. And it would be great to gain 50% of your money, and then you can get to that point to where you hold so much, put it in index funds, put it into these places that gain 5, 10, 15, however many percent, and then you can, grow your money there. Your money ends up working for you, and that's what everybody's goal is. Your money works for you. All right, here we are. Let's see what's going on. All right, so it looks like AMC and GME are both up 1%, 4% for GME. Get a little bit of movement here, a little bit of buy movement here. Wow. 3%. You can see Riot's going up as well. You definitely see something good here. I would love that to get up to about, really push up. Oh, wow. 50, 53, $53. Looks like AMC is pushing up. It had a gap. Oh, wow. Had a gap. That means a lot of people are maybe interested in buying this. 3%. Wow, that's really pushing up. Let's see if it'll resist at the $6 mark. Will it resist at $6? I don't know. It probably will. You have a couple of points. You have a couple of sell orders at 599, 608, 617. You got a lot of sell orders coming in. I really don't see a lot of buy orders coming in. How is this price going up? Is it because of the people that are holding? It's up 6% at the moment. It's continuing to fight back. You have a lot of buy or sell orders at 617 and basically a $6 range. Let's see if this continues to go up. GME is pushing up, starting to come back a little bit. See if we can get some movement here. Don't come back. Go up. Keep going up. Keep moving. We don't want to see people sell off here. We want to see people, keep buying. Obviously. These are low prices here. We could drive this price up. All right, we have 1,800 people in here. If you could hit that like button. Sucks. AMC is at 4%, between 3 and 4%. GME is at basically 2% here. It's going down a little bit, decreasing. You see a lot of sell orders coming in. Let's see, Riot is up 5%. Nokia is moving a little bit. Mavis is down 6% or 7% basically. I'll stick on AMC though. AMC is moving up a little bit, 4%. GME's at 2% still. Riot's still at 5%. What is cannabis doing? So, looks like Tilray's down 4%, 5% right now. Continuing to, it did have a little bit of a recovery, but it had a little bit of interest. AMC's up to $5.82. It's definitely going to continue to hit that wall at $6. You can see how many people want to sell off here over to the right. You can see people, you have 33,000 people that want to sell at this $6 mark for some odd reason. Maybe they bought in at a high price at like $5.50 and seen it go up to $6, and now they're making a little bit of money. GME is now dropping down below. It's basically 1% the opposite way. AMC's starting to follow suit a little bit. Still holding around that 580 mark. You have a lot of buying power around the 560. Turn to Tilray in a few months. Get discounted Tilray while the order books are looking great. In Tilray, let's see, where's Tilray? So the order books, you definitely have a lot of buying power here. The selling power is not really that strong. You're just gonna have a couple of walls set up. But yeah, I think you're right. You could have a decent play here after a while. It looks like AMC is still struggling to stay around that 570, 580 mark. Let's see if it can hold. I hope that it can hold. We're still holding GME. I'm still holding GME right now. It's definitely taking a turn for the worse right now, but I definitely have faith for a little bit of a pop. That's what I'm hoping for, is that pop. Like we seen yesterday, we seen something that I think it went up to like 55. I would love for it to go up to like 60 something. That would be amazing, or go up to 70. I just want to see some positive growth out of it, but you're seeing a lot of sell orders come in. So you're seeing these sell orders come in, going down to $48. Wow, some more sell orders. Not really a lot of buy orders. It looks pretty even here, so it might be fighting. But you have a ton that are coming in at 49.97. AMC is moving, still up 3%. GME is down 4%. Like I've been saying, it just doesn't have the volume. I mean, the volume of buying power is not there like it once was. You see a lot of sell volume coming through for GME and AMC. AMC is at 2% increase. It just doesn't, like, it doesn't excite me. It's something that really, makes me tired to look at, the fact that we're not seeing any like positive movement. And obviously it's because I have stake in this, but you hold it long term and you can expect something great out of it. For at least AMC, for GME, it's just not moving in the positive direction. It's completely downhill. Looks like a Head and Shoulders for AMC or GME. Not yet. Say not yet. I mean, it's possible that it could have this as a shoulder and then you could have a larger head. That would be amazing. Or you could see a reverse Head and Shoulders. Or it could be creating a a W right now. What's SNDL doing? What's it doing right now? Tilray at $20. Hit them with their cannabis stock. Oof. Let's look at these cannabis stocks. So down 9%, again down 4%, down 12%, down 12%, down 7%. So cannabis is not looking good today. Again, AMC still hovering around that 2% increase. Ooh. We do have basically equal amount of sell orders and buy orders going through. That's a good and bad thing. How long am I willing to hold for AMC? I'm willing to hold AMC for a long period of time. I believe that we can get some positivity out of them, and so, like some people were saying that it has the possibility of going to 100. I don't know about that, but it definitely has a possibility of having a huge gap up or a huge increase. I guess what causes a gap up is people buying at a large amount of volume, and suddenly you see a price jump. Like the volume all goes through before the minute, like say the minute candlestick happens. So before, in between that like millisecond of it changing over from 1 minute to the other, you would have a large increase, and that would be where it's gapping. A lot of times you don't see that, but then you can see some gaps in a lot of places. What's my investment strategy? Typically, my investment strategy, when I invest, I have two different things that I do. I trade and I invest. My investment strategy is all long-term, safe, risk-free stocks. But my full portfolio consists of trading and investing. Trading, I will play a lot of these riskier plays to where you're trying to time the market, and you can't obviously time the market perfectly, but you can gain a couple of hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars from trading intraday, and that would be the main focus. Anything that I do gain, obviously I would hold different portions for taxes, and then be able to take other portions and put them into longer term investing so they can gain more money on top of that. So my investment strategy consists of a lot of risk and a lot of safe play, really nothing in between. So it's either intraday. I haven't really done too much swing trading, so it's either intraday or it's a long-term play. Tilray is going the wrong way. I haven't put in 25K in yet. You rhymed there. That was a lot of rhyming. Tilray is going the wrong way. I haven't yet put in 25K. So that's sitting at, it's actually making a move. Maybe we might see that W there, or we might see an actual head and shoulders here, or reverse head and shoulders. I don't know what we're going to see here. You could see the crossover, which is always a good thing. That crossover at this point. So we continue to see the 200 moving average below the 15, 200 EMA below the 15 moving average, which indicates that it's going to increase in price. I just don't know if it can get past that $6 mark. We have a huge wall here at 28,000 shares. So let me place that wall. Oh man, $6. Oh, there we go. So you have a huge wall at $6, and then you have another wall at $6.04, another wall at $6.07. So there's a lot of people that are selling at these low prices. It doesn't make sense to me why they would sell at these low prices, but I mean, do whatever you want, right? I guess some people are looking to make sense out of this. Well, they're making obviously dollars, but they're looking for the price to increase by like 50 cents, and they have like 10,000 shares, so they'll gain a lot of money off of it. Do you think OCGN will get above $12 mark this morning? Buy order seems to be outdoing sell orders. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, let me see OCGN. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility, but the problem is you're seeing rapid growth. With rapid growth comes more of a collapse here. So it's good to see that the 200 moving average is below the 15, or the 200 EMA is below the 15 moving average. But you are seeing some sell orders come in at 11. You are seeing, yeah, I think the sell orders look like they're outpacing the buy orders. But the buy orders are placed in a better spot. So you can have a wall at 11, but maybe they might push through based on, all of the prices below that. So let's see if it does hit that wall at 11 and push back, because you have 23,000 orders at 11. Yeah, you can see that pushing right back. Yeah, you do have that wall at 11. You also have another wall at 10.99, another wall at 10.95. So yeah, I think it has the chance to do it. You just got to see how strong these walls are. The good thing is that the walls are not strong here. 23,000 is not something that's humongous. So you might see a little bit of a pullback, and then you'll see some buy orders come in at 10.50. So you'll probably see something. I don't think it'll come all the way back to 10.50. It may, depending on more buy orders, but you have more buy walls at 10.61, somewhere around there. You have more buy walls at 10.50. So like there's a lot more that you can do here. Yeah, I just looked at that. 10.50. 10.61, yep. 51. So you have buy walls here that are probably pushing these prices up. A lot of these sell orders that are the buy orders that are coming in lower than that are actually pushing it up. Higher than that are actually pushing it up. You can see the sell orders are kind of outpacing the buy orders, but the problem is that the sell order is placed so high that that sell order cannot go through. So it's going to continue to probably go up. So that gives you a chance to build up the amount of buys that you have at that 11 mark. Wow, it is pushing past it. Look at that. So you must have had a number of people end up selling at that point. I didn't see it come through. You have some at 10.77. That's probably what happened. 10.77 dropped down. So yeah, you're seeing some good stuff here. But let's go back to AMC. I think it's possible. It's just you're gonna have a lot of walls right now. Let's see. So AMC looks good. It's starting to make its way up. This is what I like to see. The volatility makes me feel good. You do have these walls set at $6 still. A lot of people want to sell. You have a lot of buy walls set up strategically. Obviously placed out pretty spread apart. That's good. GME does not look its best. It looks like it's going down, and then it's going to flatten out at the $50 mark. Or $43 mark, and continue to go up a little bit. I'm hoping that AMC has a positive look on things and that it slowly increases today. Over lunchtime, it increases a lot. That's what I'm hoping for. What is Tilray doing? So Tilray's up 2%. Tilray's actually moving. So it may have hit its low here. It looks like it's about to cross. And if it does cross, it might skyrocket. You do have sell orders coming in at $33. So you might see it pull back a little bit, but it is moving its way up. You do see this large gap. That's a good thing. A lot of people are interested in this right now. The only thing is I don't really see a lot of sell orders coming in. They must come in at market value. Here we go. Now we're getting some, but we're seeing a lot of sell orders come in at 33, 33.20, 33.30, 33.40. You're seeing a lot of sell orders come in, so it might hit some of these walls here. But Tilray is looking pretty good. making a move. Let's see if the whole industry is doing something positive. You can see CGC is starting to make a move. That's really good. You can see ACB is making a move. So all of them are actually making a move back. I'm not saying that they're going to completely get back to normal, but they are making a pretty decent move upwards. I love seeing all that. I love seeing it. Making profits today, mark my words. Yeah, I mean, where did you invest at any point today, or did you already hold it? TJ Gene for APHA and Tilray. Yes, Ronnie is right. Hit that like button. We have 1,900 people in here. Please hit that like button. I would love to get it above 1,500 likes. Check naked. Let me check naked. NAKD. NAKD is making a little bit of a move here. Definitely still down 14% from where it closed, which is not good, but definitely making a move back up. If you are in it for the long haul, you see all of the buy volume that comes in, 355,000 at $1.20, 332,000 at $1.10. So basically this is saying that they're hoping that the price comes down. You have sell orders at 150, $1.50. You have a lot of other sell orders placed at lower prices, and then a large sell order at 160. See if I could find this. AMC is still at 3%. GME is at 2.5%. I don't know if I can get something here. I don't have a. Let's go with that. So yeah, this is up 14% over when it closed. Wow, it did a lot in the after hours and pre-market. It did a lot from $12 up to $17.20, where it sold off and ends up making a little bit of a move. I wouldn't expect to see a ton of positivity from this. With that large move, unless it's something that's consistent news and it's something that has always happened, which I don't think that anything really gains that much over one period of time. You do see a pretty decent amount of growth here, and it does give certain pops, but it might come back to earth. Looks pretty good though. The fact that it's growing 15%, definitely take that profit if you can take the profit. The problem is that are we going to see a drop off here from that large wide range candle bar? So yeah, I think it's interesting. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Forward. Everybody's telling me forward. What's going on with Ford? Is Ford increasing a lot? Oh, I think somebody's saying forward multiple times. Somebody's just spamming just to see it. Is that what it is? It's up 0.29%. It's not anything that's crazy. I think I hold Ford, maybe. Yeah, I hold Ford. So it's up 0.35%. Nothing crazy. AMC, like I said, it's up a lot. I'm down a ton, over half my money that I invested on Webull. Just imagine if I didn't average down. Well, if I didn't average down and I started to average down on AMC at this point, I would actually make a lot more money. I'm not dumping my bags on anyone. Well, that's good. Mavis. I think Mavis is not, it didn't look like it was doing good, but I mean, it may have had a turnaround. Mavis is down 3%. And that's a given. I mean, it's down based off of the where it closed at, but it looks like it's making some good moves right now. You know, upward, going up to $18. Is it going to push 20 again? It looks like it's fighting it a little bit. You are seeing quite a bit of movement, quite a bit of buys, but quite a bit of strategically placed sell orders here. And obviously nobody's strategically placing them. It's just where people want to put them. So it's everyday retail traders. So yeah, this is looking decent. It has good growth, good movement. You can make a decent amount of money from here, from 16 to 18. Yeah, you can make a decent amount of money from there. Yala Group. I need the ticker symbols, by the way. I can't just keep spelling out the names. That is moving upward. It is down 1.28% from close. It has been moving down. It looks like the 200 EMA is now crossing, or the 15 MA is now crossing the 200 EMA, which indicates that it's going to increase. The price is going to increase. You do have some buy or sell walls set up in different places, but the buying power looks pretty strong as well. It just may be something that increases a little bit and then ends up staying flat. If it continues to increase, let me know. But it's definitely interesting. Definitely having some solid movement here. Let me go back to where it was. I have basically 7 minutes to this live stream. We have 1,800 people in here. If you could get it over 1,500 likes, that will be amazing. Popular right now. Let's look at AMC. That's still, it's I like the movement here, even though it's less price movement here, because it's going from 564 up to basically $6. It's like not really any movement at all. You're still getting something from it. Getting something up and down rather than just downhill. That's what I like about it. So yeah. All right, come on, stop spamming with the same things. Like you can do it time after time, but we just look at this, see what they're doing. Eliminating $164. This might be, oh, that's moving downhill. So from $168 down to $164, that's not that bad. I thought it was a bigger drop because it looks a little more significant. You do still see the 200 moving average under the 15, 200 EMA under the 15 moving average, which is a good sign that it's going to continue to grow. You do see a lot of sell walls here, but also you see a lot of buy opportunities that are there, a lot of buy orders. So it looks like it might continue to fight somewhere around here. I don't see any huge ones. I don't see any huge orders. I see a lot of buy orders at 161 and 160, sell orders at 169. So it might fight that and might not end up getting past that, but we can continue to see the orders as time goes on. It does look pretty consistent. It is up 2% from open to close. It probably was up a lot more when it was at 168, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not something that I would go and say, oh, it's an investable opportunity, but I also haven't looked into all of the details there, but it looks like a good position. A little high on the price point, but yeah. Thank you for hitting the like button. We're almost at 1,500 likes. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and do that. Let's watch the language here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that comment there. It's too much to handle. The cannabis stocks are looking pretty good today. Yeah, they were looking good when I seen it. They are moving upwards. You see some positive movement, some back and forth, which is definitely a good deal. It's not just straight downhill like it was. Now, I don't believe that this is being pumped here. I just believe that this is interest. A lot of people are very interested in it. So that's why it's actually moving upwards. And you could see that, Tilray and CGC are leading the way by being up 1% or 2%. So like I said, definitely pick your spots. I believe that it was a good position to get into. It's just you needed to get in at the right moment. This right here, if you get up here, it would be chasing the stock in this point. So you might want to wait for a little bit of a drop, and you might get that. And again, you might not. We have 3 minutes here. Someone's asking me for QS. Yeah, I'll check QS here. Look at that. Up 13%, that's good. Mainly it came from the after hours market. Right now it's really just flat from where it opened, you know, trading at $51.12, and now it's at $51.19, even though you had all this movement, went up to $53.70 and then came back. I like all of the volatility that is here because you can gain a certain amount of money from it, but it looks like it is leveling out. You do have a number of people that are willing to buy it, or willing to sell at $52, setting up those walls. A lot of sell orders that are coming in, so you might see a little bit more of a decrease than an increase. This may cross over if it ends up staying that trend, which means that it'll indicate that it's going to go south a little bit. Now, will it completely sell off? I don't believe so, but it really depends what the sell orders come in as, because if they continue to come in and people get scared, it all depends what those people want to do. So there's a lot of variables. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. It's basically flat. Even though it is up 14%, main majority of it came from after hours and pre-market. So it is starting to move a little up. Yeah, it is starting to move a little bit, which is good, really good. Wait for those at that 52 mark. It's definitely going to resist. It may push through it depending what the buy orders are, but it's going to resist a little bit. All right, now it's on the way up. There you go. Now you got some buy orders. You got another wall somewhere at 52.50. So it's moving on up, looking pretty decent. Yeah, AMC is basically looking like now it's starting to lose that volatility and become flat, but it has a little bit of an upward trajectory here, which is a good thing. You know, you continue to have that price. Well, that's starting to come back. Continue to have that price stay, you know, above the 200 moving average or 200 EMA, and then the 15 moving average is above that 200 EMA as well. So that's always a good thing. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to play an ad here, but I am done for today. I need to get out of here. I will look at GME level 2 just to. So it looks like there's a lot of sell orders coming in versus the buy orders, a ton more. And obviously it's not that big of volume. It's like 10,000 versus 2,600. So it looks like it's flattening out just like AMC is. They're starting to look kind of similar. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is that AMC is actually up and GME is a little bit down. So yeah, I mean, I think it has potential to do something. It's just, like I said, it's not really showing the volume that it did previously, so that's where it ends up being difficult. My target price, if it's a quick movement, I'm getting up to where my break even is or close to it, selling, waiting for it to go down, and then getting back in it because I want to get in at a lower cost basis. I love the stock, but I want to be in there at $5 or be in there at $4.50. I would love to be in there at that point, but right now it doesn't look like it's you know, getting down to that point. It looks like it's slow growth. But that's it, guys. I have to get out of here. I have to end this live stream. I think I will do something later, possibly. And if I do, then I'll make sure Emmy is down here so you can see my dog. But that's it. Make sure you hit that like button on this video on your way out. Also hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. Don't forget to do that. And check out my links down below if you're interested in this platform. It's Webull. For anybody that has asked, you can get 2 free stocks if you hit that link in the description. But I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you check out the videos that I posted earlier today. It looks like a lot of the stuff that I talked about is actually, you know, going through with all the cannabis stocks. I talked about the fact that it could come up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys later, possibly. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.